your 2025 NWSL champions, Gotham FC. And we are so excited. Our team won. And I had a feeling. It's like I knew it was written in the stars for them.
Yeah, it's obviously we're rooting for Gotham, but I felt really, really bad for Spirit after the game was over. Like, really bad. Second year in a row, Spirit was in the championship game. The ending kind of for HAL HERSHFELT getting hurt, and Trinity Rodman was crying. So as much as I'm excited, I feel so bad for Spirit,
Yeah, it was a sad ending for Washington, but for Gotham, it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know, I'm still excited, but I did feel bad. Because remember, it's obviously I remember the game last year with Orlando and Washington, but the game 2 years ago, I guess at this point, was Gotham versus Reale. That game will never be topped in most people's opinion, with Nealy Martin being the goalkeeper, the red card. That won't be topped. But what's crazy about that, Rose Lavelle, who was in that game 2 years ago, who was on the losing. Remember, she had the free kick that could have won the game for Reale. She was the hero last night in this game, the goal scorer,
MVP.
Exactly. So for her to kind of rewrite the tale, it's like, I don't know, it's crazy. So excited. That's pretty much what we're going to talk about. But PayPal Park, San Jose, and we watched the pre-show. We kind of didn't watch the pre-show. Hey, that football game went really long in where we live, American Gridiron, but our TV quit working. I don't know what happened.
We were having problem after problem. At first, the cable box we have, the sound wasn't working at first, so we were able to watch it on the iPad through the app. But so I restarted the box like 2 times, and then the sound was fixed. But then the picture looked really small.
It was 1/4 of the size of our TV. So it was a corner box. You could pretty much see it, but it was not working.
Well, it just kept getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, every time we turned it on, it got smaller.
Yeah, so it was very strange. Finally, restarted it one last time, and like magic, it worked. So
very strange about that. So that did happen to us. But we were so excited. And going to the game pre-show, most of the commentators, I believe, said they thought Gotham was going to win. I think Kelly O'Hara said that. I think Ali Riley said that. I think they thought, based on the lineup, how they had been playing, obviously Trinity Rodman still was injured. He was not 90 minutes fit. That kind of sucks for Spirit, but they have a great team. They have a really cohesive team. So they do have such a strong squad, but not having Trinity Rodman 90 minutes fit is hard. But a lot of the commentators pre-show said, I'm picking Gotham. They have all the pieces. They're hungry. They're really peaking at the right time. They already took down Kansas City. JAEDYN Shaw has been playing great. They have Rose Lavelle, Emily Sonnett, Esther. How can you not pick them, in a sense? You get what I'm saying?
yeah, I'm sorry, but they couldn't lose.
But going into the game, even the first minute, JAEDYN Shaw meant business. The very first kickoff, she was going for a goal. This very first kickoff.
She goes, I'm going to start it in 2 seconds.
Yeah. If that would have scored, that would have been crazy. And then we got super excited because in the 4th minute, it looked like our girl Esther had scored an early goal.
But the dreaded offside.
Yeah, I'm sure it was offside because I guess I trust them, but I really didn't want it to be offside. I'm watching the replay here. Later in the second part of the game, I'm kind of jumping around here, but a lot of people think Natalie Simon, who is the head ref, center ref, should have given Reale a second yellow card. I saw the Washington Spirit coach kind of freaking, and that could have been major. I think that was one of the controversies in the game. Luckily, there was not too many controversies in this game, but I kind of like when there's not like a lot of controversies because I feel like the other team, whoever loses, feels more at peace with what happened.
Oh, I thought it was because you're rooting for the refs.
No.
JK.
This was one of the most defining plays of the game. In the 54th minute, Emily Sonnett had a crazy block. She used her whole body, and Washington Spirit, I think that was Croy Bethune, Washington Spirit, that could have been really bad for Gotham because the way she used her body, her whole body, she timed that perfectly. It just blocked everything. Her whole body went down. She popped right up. A lot of people were saying that was one of the plays of the game. Absolutely.
Iconic. Can they have 2 MVPs of the match? Because That was amazing.
Yeah. People are saying that was one of the plays of the game. And this was probably the most controversial. HAL HERSHFELT went down in the 73rd minute. It was either her leg or her ankle. I thought it was her ankle, but it says here maybe it was her leg. She was down 70, so it was the 73rd minute. She was off the pitch probably for 5-6 minutes while getting treatment on the side. And I don't have the replay in front of me how she got hurt. I'll put a picture. She's on the sideline kind of running.
It's obvious she was in pain and wasn't at full strength. She looked like she was limping a little bit.
And yeah, she didn't look great. And I was like, she's not coming back in. How can she come in? She's going to get herself hurt. She's tough as nails, but she's going to get herself hurt more. Is it worth it? And she ended up coming back in. I think a lot of people were surprised she ended up coming back in because she, do you want to be a liability out there? Plus, are you going to get hurt more? You get what I'm saying? So she came in, I believe in the 79th minute, she came back in. She was still limping while she was running. And, through that whole 5-6 minutes, Gotham were organizing a plan of attack because just pretty much 1 minute later, Brahenia, some magic footwork, those like little crossovers. Miss Sarah and I literally started watching the TV. We were kind of half watching because we got nervous. And all of a sudden we kind of focused in. And this is right when they scored. Brahenia did the crossovers, juking her out. Then Lavelle with the left foot. I mean,
that deserves a slow clap in and of itself. Beautiful freaking moment.
Yeah. And if you see Hal right here, she was right there. People have said, did her injury lead to that goal? Because they formed a plan while she wasn't on the pitch. Also, her reaction was pretty slow to that ball.
Yeah, she looked like she was struggling, like she missed the ball, and then she was kind of limping toward the end.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I feel bad. She tried, I'm so excited for Rose, but I do feel bad. But let's go back to Rose. Scoring that goal. So excited. I mean, I can compartmentalize both. I was cheering. We were screaming. I couldn't believe it.
Rose, never retire. Okay.
And then actually a couple nervy minutes at the very end of the game. There was a free kick in the 90th plus 2 minutes. AKB kind of came out far, and luckily they could not convert a goal there. But that was a little nervy. The last 10 minutes, you know me. Sarah knows me. I can't sit there and watch. I have to go clean. I have to go do something.
Yeah, you were in the other room.
Yeah, then that was a nervy 10 minutes. Actually, it wasn't quite nervy on the field. I think just as a fan, you get nervy. Other than that one free kick, Gotham had it. They had it in the bag. They weren't losing. And then I actually do see the story that Spirit coach Gonzales admits mistake with late HERSHFELT sub. So
in his post-game press conference, Gonzales said he was torn between letting one of his most vital players prove she could continue and ensuring his team continued playing with 11. Obviously, we were just receiving information that HERSHFELT wanted to continue and she was trying, so obviously the message was that she was about to start, Gonzales said. Obviously took maybe more time than we were expecting, but a player like her, she always wants to play, and I can imagine that in a final you always want to play and you don't want to get subbed. But it is circumstances that we need to learn from. But obviously she wanted to play, she wanted to be with the team, and with that, obviously now we can say that maybe the sub was late, but she was trying to push, and that's the only reason.
Yeah, and I almost, that quote is a little weird from him, kind of like, no, it wasn't her, it was him. She got hurt. She should have been subbed out. You know what I mean? But I get what he's saying, that if she wanted to continue to play, to let her. But I don't know. I saw some people on TikTok saying the coach really let her down. Hey, she might be mad at the coach for a second, but the coach's decision to know when a player is too injured to go on.
Yeah, because I feel like as players, they always want to play no matter what.
Right,
obviously, if they're really injured, they can't. But if they're kind of, injured-ish, especially in a final, in a major game, it's like they're hungry and they want to play.
Because in my head, no one would blame the coach for taking Hal out after seeing her limping on the side like that. Everyone would say, no, understandably, you have to come out because even if the player said she can play, I think maybe the coach was saying, I feel for her wanting to play, but no one would have blamed him for taking her right out, seeing the condition she was in, because that also led to the goal. And it sucks. It's not her fault. She was injured. She should have come out.
It reminds me if she's the man. Put me in, coach.
Yeah. It does.
I have to beat these guys. No,
exactly. And that's the mentality of any athlete, pro athlete. So I feel so bad for her. They kind of showed her, during the end of the match crying, and so I felt so bad for her because I don't know. I felt bad, but in the same way, I just felt so happy for Gotham. They won the championship 2 years ago. I was kind of wondering how many of these same players kind of overlapped that were on that team. I went through the 2023 roster. Only about 5 players are the same players from that squad. And I think that's pretty cool. That just shows the coaching is where it needs to be. They have good players there. So I thought that was crazy. Just about 5 players.
That is crazy because I thought it was like half the team at least.
Yeah, me too.
We're bad fans.
I know. Well, because like Mandy Freeman, she started, but she's been there so long.
Bruhinia.
So long. So it was great to see kind of a new. And then it was so funny during the medal ceremony.
We saw Tierna Davidson, and I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot she was with the team.
Yeah, me too. She's been injured, did her ACL, and it sucks too because I know she is from the Bay Area. I think she's from like Menlo Park or something. And she probably would have loved to play in this final in front of all her friends and family right in the Bay Area in a final. But I mean, it doesn't always work out that way. But so excited.
I thought she was still with Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm the worst.
Sarah's really far behind. Yeah. But so excited for all the Gotham players. They were celebrating. Rose Lavelle was taking shots, a fireball, and then her and her dad were doing karaoke.
Duets.
Yeah, so much fun. I mean, so many people were there. Obviously, it's the final. We saw Pinoe there, saw Alex Morgan there, Sammy Bananas there. I mean, everyone.
Sophia Wilson with her new baby.
We saw the baby. They're so cute.
So cute.
So excited at the end. There was a video, I think you saw it, sir, where Emily Sonnett was on the stage and she goes, I love you. I love you. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was blowing kisses.
And somebody, I think a social media person goes, wrong answers only. And I saw like, it's Zohran Mamdani. And it's, who else was it? I forget, but it's funny answers. I don't know. Word on the street that it might be Sam Stott because
Oh.
I don't think many people are going to get to this far in the video, but that's word on the street that they're together. But I don't know. It's just a fun night, So excited for them. I don't know. I'm so excited also for Jess Carter and AKB winning the championship together as fiancés.
I joked with Sara that I joked with Sara that they were gonna get married at the after party if they won. Yeah. And they did. So where's the wedding, guys?
Yeah. No. Or the opposite. If they lose, the wedding's off. No.
Yeah.
But so pumped for them. Apparently, Jess Carter is the first person to win the NWSL championship after winning the Euros because she won them both in this year. So excited for her. Then again, Esme Morgan, who also is a Lioness, felt so bad for her, Apparently they call her the queen over there. Also, they did bring the cheers to PayPal Park, Sarah. We were wondering if they were going to bring the chants from Washington. They did. Good contingent. Even though I would say the crowd was more Gotham, I would say, by listening.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if anyone's gotten this far in the video, if you know the chant, it's like DC something, DC 2 syllables, DC dun dun. Tell me what it is. It's driving me insane. I have to know.
It's your biggest mystery of life.
It really is at this point.
What does everyone think? Questions, comments down below. I feel like I have mucus in my mouth or something.
Sarah, don't say that on the live.
I got really worked up. Questions, comments down below. What does everyone think? Is this your team? So ecstatic for Gotham. And then again, I feel really bad for Washington and HAL and Trinity and everyone over there. They just didn't play a great game. I think they even said that, Trinity, I saw a quote that she just didn't feel like herself, or we didn't play like we normally did. Maybe they just psyched themselves out, losing last year in the final. And, I don't know. Hard. Questions, comments down below. What does everyone think? We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.